This poem is called Oneiromaniacal Apparition. Oneiromaniacal apparition is the Hamadryad slime buckets which weave the space station, represent all the Kripkensteinian ice cream trucks as they luger and lacrosse through this hockey glamorous glam jammed floorboards, somehow catharticizing the existential demagogueries of these Sasquatch Albion albinus Transylvanian monkoids. You are nothing but this angelic carnational black purple swan swimming through the omniversal oceans of the Dravidian subconscious and Transylvanian subconscious of God's neural axon dendrites, slapping together all the bolted diaphragms of these suction tubed malachites, which shed their hoary buttressed cathedral skin upon the possible world televisions, which are hooked up to the Arabic Scrabble champions of the year 2050. As this annulment of the consummatory aneroscapic geosophy becomes the washed up sand coracles, which are somehow the Kabbals and the Kabbalistic cabaret of Buddha on Vancouver's east side, as these cisternized totems, which become the mere topological network of these geometrical Boltzmann brain aficionados and prodigal virtuosos, as these heraldic boat-skinned and bootstrap snobberies, which messianically Rastafarian the Potomac vestige and vislas of these universalized googleplex of beautiful harpoon and angelic love ossified poetesses, as this menagerie of minds becomes the Neptunian highways, which are glorifyingly tattooed upon these phallocentric recycling depots, where all the possible human beings and brainchildren of every possible world are subtropically God-planed as they're clicked into the xylophonic reprieve of all these Barbizon coat hangers, which screw top the commingling breastful Western novels of dawnlight, as the shackled Zestrugoscape and Snowlight between the floorboards of the beauteous buttocks of this aneroscapic Brasilia, Portugal, chronomagnetic Statera, as is Dracula, the imperialist with his prehensile popularity, and the suction tubed immaculatization, as is juggling of all the possible disquietudously Hydra and hydratic hallucinatory desecrations of these beauteous melons, which are somehow slapping together the Romanized Grecian processional snow jeered Jinn and Gehenna of this Isidora Mauritius and India, for which this beauty of all the Indian malachited and maledictorious, beautiful foaming Latin American Zapatio's dances, as all these unborn brain children are the bodhisattva grandchildren of God, as they become the watt towers, somehow soak in their taliesin resin bulbs through these pine ochres and orchidaceous bejeweled catharsis of these cathodes, which somehow become the geniusocracy of all the starlight, as I become the orphan of all the boomerang wagtails and absinthian notochords and nostrums, these abstract cerebralized boomkins, which become the sylvanite womankind's beautiful aristocracy, pilloried by this wildflower shackled tobacco, which penultimately to absolute infinity becomes the sempiternity of all these primordial kaleidoscopic cigarette ashtrays, for which these lingual serene dumplings are marching out at the speed of all possible thoughts as they jump through the snowboards into the pummelization of these Antares and Ankara, for all these Eternia, for which all these cigarette jowls and voltas become the globules, fumigation oil, these crowbars, and these boat rides attached to the playground swings, where these post-human faced sidewalks become the Heraclidian and Hypatian vulvic quadrillionaire and phallic quotidianesque manzanita apostasy, as this Venetian Antwerp velvet resin becomes all the lingual divorces of every possible world lover, as the Gnostic explosions become the rotospheric globalized Marxist granite upon the alchemist Inuit quantum chromodynamical theory of everything, as this beautiful Gehenna of all possible language, marshlands, the taliesin of the beehive, miraculously conviviums, all the beautiful passionate kisses towards womankind and mankind between the sempiternal phainopepleia of this beautiful Archimboldia, upon all the Magonias of all the soapiest soapsuds of the starlight in the ashtrays of Taoist woman, and the Scrabble Hinduism upon the Rastafarianism of the beautiful Siddhartha Gautama and Mother Mary. Pulverization of all these Oneiromaniacal regions, somehow switchgating the alchemic vestige of this beautiful cryptomaniacal consummatory making. Thank you so much. And the craterus benumbed Ogopogo, the possible world mastodon, and the consummatory love creationing on the purple mediumistic bridge to Neptune in the year absolute infinity beyond. Thank you so much.